We have friends. We have tier 1 friends tonight, boys and girls. This is American British Racing back again for another tier 1 Grand Prix. This week we are at the Circuit de Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix, and we've got a change in the booth today. Of course, you've got a familiar voice in myself, but who is alongside me? Is your audio included as well, sir?
Yes, it is. ABR Skills. Some of you might know me, some of you might not. My name is Not Yellow. For when I commentate over CSR Tier 1, I do that with ABR Braps, the league owner, and today I get the opportunity to commentate with the one and the only ABR Skills.
So this will be an interesting perspective that we get from Notial, because he has raced amongst the grid and can give us an insight into some of the drivers' maybe strengths and weaknesses throughout this Grand Prix weekend format. And yeah, be looking forward to this one. Race Control have given us green light. We're about to get started.
Yeah, as you said, I've raced with some of these drivers before, just not in this league but other leagues, so I can tell you now, these drivers around this circuit, you're going to see some lap times that you won't see in any other Xbox league. So if you're tuning into this, thanks for joining us so far. I know we haven't started, but you know, got to welcome you all to the stream.
So qualifying 3 over, Gecko takes the pole position here at the Circuit de Catalunya. Buraps pops up with an impressive P2 right at the death there. And it finished Gecko with a 14.2, Buraps 14.3, Wexro 14.3, Vitinho 14.4, Callum G 14.5, and then Stubbsy as well 14.5, so close through the order. And it was Sitsi, Kimi, Jasper and Callum CW 11 with no time set. Of course, slight incident in that section will be investigated after the Grand Prix, and unfortunately for Callum, does have also a 5-place grid penalty, so that's going to knock him even further down the grid. Hopefully he gets some good fortune later in the Grand Prix. So here we go, we've got the green light from Race Control, and we are 20 seconds away from the formation lap. So start your engines, boys, get your seatbelts on, it's ready to go racing. This is ABR, American British Racing. This is the Tier 1 Championship, the Creme de la Creme, and this is the Spanish Grand Prix. Welcome along to the show, boys. We'll get a quick rundown through the order on the formation lap. So it's, let's have a look quickly. Actually, at Race Director. Let's get a feel of the strategies here on display. So FRA Gecko on the front row alongside ABR Buraps. Good to see him on the front row. He'll be delighted with that qualifying, I'm sure of that. Then it's Wexro Vitinho on the second row. Vitinho, of course, starting on the medium compound, will run that much longer, and that also minimises the safety car risk to his strategy as well. Then we've got Callum G and Stubbsy. We've got Sitsi also on the medium compound of tyre alongside Kimi. Just behind them is Sink Jasper and Noam also on the medium. And then the Oxtes in P11 on the hard compound tyre with Ganja Wiz just behind him also. And then we've got Jordan and Yaunif both starting on the mediums. Callum CW11 going aggressive on the softs early on. And Cookie Dan on the mediums. And HRC rounding off the grid on the hard compound of tyre. So, chat, who is your pick for this win? Who can bring it home? What strategy is going to pay off? And yeah, who can redeem themselves here? I mean, even Gecko at the front of the order, he's got some business to do today. Been hard done by in previous Grand Prix, and he's going to be super hungry for it, as well as Buraps. You know, I think the last victory I've seen of his was the French Grand Prix last season in their monsoon conditions. So we got a car off in the background. The car has just gone round. That was Callum G. Lighting up the rear end and struggling for tyre temperature at this point. We also had Wexro disqualified from the formation lap, so his reward will be a cold set of tyres. have lost my co-commentator. The party is open if you're watching the stream, so just hop back in. I'm not going to cut away from anything. Here we go. The grid is forming up for the Spanish Grand Prix. Going on to that two-stop, you're going to need to pit early and look probably for a medium strategy. Here we go. The highlight of the week. This is an ABR Tier 1 Championship. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And this is about to go down. Here we go. We've got 5 red lights. And we're off for the Spanish Grand Prix. And it looks like a fairly decent start from the front row of the grid. And yes, it's Gecko pulls out into an early lead. We've got Buraps. He's got... is that Vitinho down the inside here? We've also got McLaren seeking to the outside. They're going to go too wide through turn 2 here. Be careful not to get up on that gravel. The squeeze comes through free. Oh, and we've got someone flying off there. I think that was a Mercedes in the background. Yeah, got some wing damage and he's been pushed out into the gravel. Let's just make sure everyone else comes through cleanly as we come through turn 4 now. There's still 2-3 abreast in the back of the pack here. There's some people looking for early moves. I think that's Callum getting squeezed by the Mercedes up the inside. Almost taking them both out. Let's just have a look through the order. That's Noam just up in front of her, but coming up to the fast right-hander. Gonna have a change of position. That's Kimi battling with Oxtez up ahead of him. Oxtez up 4 positions off the start of the grid already. As we come down into the heavy braking zone now, pick your spots. It's all going off on lap 1 because it's so hard to overtake throughout this Grand Prix. But Gecko is led away. Buraps has held position as well. Callum G is up 2 positions, even with them cold tyres off the line. Done a good job, and that was someone off in the lag. It looked like Wexrow had a moment, but he's still with it, still on the pace. Everyone comes through pretty cleanly onto that one, but that was Stubbsy who did lose out. Put into the gravel track round the exit of turn 3 on lap 1. This is not lap 3, boys, this is lap 2. This is where our telemetry has a bit of a mare. And I don't think that's right, is it? No. They've mixed that one around. Buraps is still in P2. Don't be alarmed. It's just hard to find where everyone on track is now. But we've got to move up the inside. It's the Williams of Callum, CW11 on them soft tyres. Looking up to make up the early positions. And he sends it up into position 9 now. We know he's got the pace. He's got the minerals. Pushing like crazy. We come down the back straight now. Singh Jasper has got a prime position as Callum dives down the inside. Oh, and a switch back here from Kimi. Kimi's going to have the inside line. Going to have to be careful. Callum's still there and he just gets ahead. Position 8 now for Callum. A lot of work to do early on. Getting the business done. Here we can see the 2-stop strategy starting on the soft tyres. We need to pit between laps 6 to 8. And yeah, Callum is going to come under attack down into T1. He's got a whole host of cars up behind him, ready to pounce. Holds on. Vitinho closing in on the back of Sitsi. Got a yellow flag through sector 1. That looks like Stubbsy. No, it's Ganjawis. Oh dear. It's been an unfortunate day so far for the Mercedes drivers. They'll be praying for a safety car to bring them back into this Grand Prix. But Gecko leads with a 1.2 second advantage over ABR Buraps in P2. And then Callum G up 2 spots into position 3. He's got Wexrow behind him. Down one slot off the grid. And everyone else feeding through. The big winner is Callum, CW11. Did have that 5-place grid penalty, but he's made up 7 positions already in the opening 3 laps of this Grand Prix. Oxtez as well, the championship leader, starting down in P11 on the hard tyres and has made up 4 positions. So that is a feat in itself, starting on the hards and trying to make up positions is no mean feat. And yeah, he's got that turned on extra early and he's showing his pace here. HRC has picked up a 3-second penalty. As we head down into turn 1, surely McLaren's going to get it done this time. He's got so much speed, he's got the DRS enabled as well. He's on the outside and he's already ahead. for the apex. And then look in the background as well. We've got a nice battle here between Vitinho and Zitzi. And Vitinho is in position 5 now. Oh, we got a car off. Got a car off. Oh, and there's been contact. He tried to rejoin. And Zitzi, Callum G. But here we go. We're getting ready to go racing again, and we're getting very punchy off the restart. AMS Dan wants to get going as soon as possible as we come round the final corner. Vitinho is going to lead us off the restart on lap 8 or 33 as we head down into turn 1. Is anyone going to get a slipstream and send it? It looks like the McLaren is close, and Jordan is looking to make a move, but behind that we've got Gecko down the inside. Of course, he's already made his pit stop and looking to make an early position. He's going to have to be careful not to get wiped out here from turn 3. He's got the drive though, and there HRC running a bit wide. That's allowed Gecko up the inside now. Slight bit of contact there, no harm done. Gecko up into position 4 off the restart. That was crucial here. He's going to make it work. He's got to stop again, we know that, so he's got to stick and beat this front lot. He's on the fresh tyre now. This is the time to push Gecko. We know you've got the pace, but let's be clinical. Got to be clinical with this. Gecko's just picked up 3 seconds, and that's going to be a real kick in the gonads. Oh, and Buraps, what's happened there? Buraps has just lost a position. Looked like he ran very wide, and he's got a fast charge in Callum, who's also boxed. These boys will be looking to try and go to the end of the Grand Prix from here. It's going to be a hard task, but not impossible. Vitinho retains the lead. Someone touching the ground like there. I don't know if it was lag. Here's Gecko. This again, 2 by 2 into turn 4. And that's HRC versus Buraps. Buraps comes out on top. One was jostling for position off the restart there. Vitinho also picks up a 3-second penalty. Keeps getting me excited. I see the little green arrow by Wexford. I keep thinking he goes up the positions, but again, it's just something on the boards. It's going wheel to wheel in the background there. And that's Callum up into 7th. So, based off this restart, who is your pick for the win of the Grand Prix at this point? Do let us know. I mean, Buraps is looking mighty here. Buraps is really racing Callum at this point, I would say. And this is crucial because, as we think, Gecko is going for the 2-stop. He's still got the hard runners running with him, so it's really costing him, taxing him lap time after lap time here. And Gecko sends it down the inside. Oh, the kiss wheels there on the apex. No harm done. He's going to have to hop across the curb and run it a long way round here. Renault's going to make life difficult, but we're going to get on the power nicely. Renault's still there on the inside. Does make slight contact. We're just going to have to tuck back in there. And that's going to cost us. We're not going to get him on the straight now. We'll be close enough, or are we? Let's see. So pit window is open. Anyone looking for the 1-stops? Going on to the hard compound from the mediums. Looking this down into 1. It's Callum up the inside here. And he is hunting down Buraps now. Look at this. Buraps is on the back of Gecko. Gecko's had their medium tyres on for 7 laps already. So, yeah, I'm calling this now. This is a fight between Buraps and Callum as it stands for the race win. Unless we have some sort of safety car, some madness. You never know when it comes to F1. You never know. So when are the leaders going to box? We've already seen the message come up, so that means the Meads will be starting to go off. Of course, they would have saved a bit of tyre life under the safety car, and yes, we've got boxers. That's Dan in the pits. Jordan and Dan have both opted for pit lane. Vitinho has stayed out for another lap, did have that advantage over the front pack. But it's now Gecko leading this train here of Gecko, Buraps, Callum, Wexro is also in the pursuit. Currently in position 10. Just going to bite him come the end of the Grand Prix. Callum picks up 3 seconds. Currently in position 2. Buraps needs to keep it clean now. Here comes Vitz. Vit is just pulled up alongside AMS Cookie, and he's moved himself up into position 7, the Haas driver, before T1. Just checking with the lead because Callum knows he has to push like crazy now. He knows he's got that penalty. I don't think Buraps has any. We know he's a clean driver, so this has to be done on track. So it's a bit like the race we had in Italy earlier today. We have 3 drivers which we've not really seen competing for the Grand Prix win this season, and it's good to see that the 3 of them at the front of the order. As Callum looks to the inside down into turn 1, trying to go the long way round into 2, and he wasn't quite far enough ahead there, and Buraps holds on to the lead for now. Now the 2 racing points going at it, that's Cookie and Gecko. Gecko went for the send, I think, and didn't make it stick. And hopefully didn't cost his teammate too much time there. Another frustrated man, looking so good for the win today. And here comes Vitinho. Vitinho is closer this time out of the final corner. He's miles ahead as we fly down into T1. DRS enabled, of course. That is Vitinho up into position 4, and that is key because he does have a time penalty. That we know. Of course, we don't know how everyone's going to shake out come the end of the Grand Prix, but what we do know is that Callum does have one, and Buraps is doing an excellent job to stay within 1 second of him, as well as Wexro. They're just plodding along, biding their time in the final push, boys. Oh, look at this Gecko, the 2 racing points, no team orders here. Down into 1, anyone looking to make a move? Not quite yet, it's so close together. Look at this, Gecko gets an excellent launch, trying to go around the outside of turn 3. You don't see that happen every day. There's a reason for it. Again, he's looking to the outside of 4, and this is going to give Oxtes the opportunity to get both of them, and there's almost contact there. Oh, and he sends out the inside Gecko. There's contact between the 2 racing points, and here we go. Here comes Oxtes, he's trying to slot in between both of them. Racing points are really costing each other some time at this point in the Grand Prix. Both squabbling. Gecko does get ahead. He needs to get his head down now. But look at this defensive driving here. Oh, he's going to send it up the inside. Who's that off the track? Oxtes. Ran wide and we got contact. He got squeezed. HRC was the meat in the sandwich. And he is a vegan. Doubly disappointed. I don't know if he is, of course, but it's gutting me. Absolutely gutted. Good action there. The squeeze came. Everyone just wasn't willing to give up. Here we come down the straight. It's Gecko, Kimi, Gecko. Gecko in front. Lap 31 of 33 here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Oh, we got a car off the track. Who is that? That is Callum G. And Callum CW11 picks up a 3-second penalty. Oh, this is crucial. This has really shaken up the final few positions here at the front of the order. Wexrow still within 1 second of Baraps, who's 1.4 behind the leader. Callum's done an excellent job, all things considered. He's up 14 spots from where he started. Started on the softs even though he's that far back. Switched onto the hards at the right time. Baraps as well has done what is needed off the front row. Really disappointing day for Gecko. Here comes Oxtez, the two Ferraris side by side down the straight for the final time. Who's going to come out on top of this inter-team battle, the championship leader? Surely going to get the preference. Ganji and Cookie fighting like mad for the final point. And Ganja has to take the escape road and go the long way round. We're going to ride on board with the leaders for the final course here of the Circuit de Catalunya. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3, everyone is okay by the look of it. But yeah, what a Grand Prix. Full of incident, drama. Callum showed his class on track. Really getting the moves done when he's needed to, but he has also picked up some time penalties on the track. And we know that's going to demote him out of the Grand Prix win. So he's going to come across the line, position 1, and a great race for Callum. But it's going to be this man, ABR Baraps, that's going to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Wexrow comes home, position 2. Callum's going to secure the final step on the podium and sip of champagne. Vitinho, a valiant effort in position 4. Gecko's going to come on track P5, but is that going to get snatched away by anyone else due to penalties? Oxtairs takes it, position 5. Noam as well, up into 6. And Kimi 7th, Stubbsy 8th. Gecko dropping like a rock, down into 10th now. St. Jasper pops up into 8th. Yeah, Gecko does secure the final point. Ganju is 11th, Cookie 12th, Jordan 13th, HRC in 14th. Unlucky with that late incident there. Yaunif's going to come home P15. And then it's going to be Callum G in position 16. What a Grand Prix. Who is your driver of the day? Give me a shout, boys. Did you have the drink? No, you did not have the drink. Yeah, let's go, baby. Baraps wins. I think that calls for another shoey. We have to get double whammy. Both barrels, baby. Both shoes. Cleats, whatever you want to call them. Here we go, we have to be double quick. Get him in for an interview because I've got my own league race to do. Driver of the day goes to Callum CW11. I can't argue with that. To be honest with you, after, getting that grid penalty, which was his fault, but he did get held up on his lap in qualifying. Starting that far back, going really aggressive with the strategy, softs on the opening stint. And yeah, really had to make the overtakes work as well. I would give it to him personally. What a day for racing, says Munja Klar. Big up Pierre Gasly. Big up Baraps. He wins the first time, I do believe, since the French Grand Prix last season. And it's good to see the Red Bull back on the top step of the podium. Unlucky to Callum, who picked up the penalties. Wexrow, a valiant effort there to bring home P3. He'll be chuffed with that. But also know that the win was just, just a few car lengths away at that point in the race. But congratulations, boys. That was a good Grand Prix. So yeah, final classification once again. Baraps wins it. No penalties. Wexrow had 1 penalty. Callum had 3, as well as Vitinho as well. Anyone else penalty free? This track is brutal. St. Jasper as well. That's why he jumped up so many places. Fastest lap a 1:16.1, but that won't count. It's down to the top 10. But that's your lot from ABR Tier 1. We'll get the drivers in for a final quick interview. Hello, good evening. Please include your audio and please do not swear. Here is your
I got
race
you, don't
winner. This is ABR Baraps, who took the flag in position 1 here and wins the Spanish Grand Prix. How do you feel, Baraps?
I feel great. Obviously had a really good end to qualifying, which put me in a good spot at the start of the race. Was kind of on my own with Gecko for a little while, but ended up just kind of filtering out after the safety car. And yeah, I knew at the end that both those guys had penalties, so I didn't really care about keeping up with Callum. I just figured let him go. He's got 6 seconds and keep my race clean. So very, very happy with the win.
Yeah, massive congratulations to you. You really made it work when you needed to, and yeah, you pushed Callum hard. I think you pushed him into some of them mistakes, them penalties as well. So kudos to you, and it's great to see you back on the top step once again, Baraps.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And as always, Rich, you are a legend.
As are you, sir. We also got Wexro. Wexro, how do you feel after that podium? I was really pleased to see you up there. How was your Grand Prix?
Yeah, it was a good old race, but yeah, I know that I've affected it from my lag. Yeah, my internet is blatantly not good. Everyone probably knows that by now, but I continue to race. I do offer that. I don't race sometimes if my connection affects other people, but by which time it was too late. But yeah, from the way I drove, I was very happy, and I'm very happy that Baraps won that. I think he really deserved that penalty-free too, which even means the victory sweeter. I think he definitely deserved that win, and I'm very happy with the second.
Thanks, Wix. I appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent drive.
Congrats on the podium too. Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, man.
All right, I love
So
you.
that's going to be
guys.
all.
Thank you so much.
Yep,
Thanks,
that's been
Rich.
ABR.
Appreciate you, buddy.
That's tier 1.
Yeah.
That's the Spanish Grand Prix, and that's your race winner, ABR Baraps. See you same time, same place next week for Monaco, baby. Yeah.